Okay guys, so what we're going to do to start off with this program, we need to add a backdrop. So for the maze program, we need a maze in the background. So what we do, we go to this button in the bottom right hand corner, choose a backdrop. So that's what we want to do first. So here, what we're going to do is go to upload a backdrop. So if I go to backdrop there, I've got this maze.gif, okay? So maze.gif, you can find that on from your teacher. Okay, so maze.gif will be there given to you. So that one is then uploaded, and can you see now that has gone into the background? That's what we want. Okay, so we're going to the code, and now we've got to worry about our sprites. So we've got two sprites that we want to add. We want to add our cat, and we want to add the bear. Okay, so we used the bear in the last example. You can change the sprites, so you can use any sprite that you want to. So I'm going to go back to upload a sprite. I want to choose a sprite. Okay, so I'm going to choose a sprite. That's going to work. Yep. So what I do is I type in bear, and I choose the walking bear the first time. So the bear is going to show up. I don't know what that building's doing. So let's delete the building. Don't need the building. So you might be able to see a slight problem here, and the slight problem is that they're too big to fit on our maze. So what we need to do, make sure at the top you're in this tab. So this tab will condense it, but what you want to do is make sure you're in the second tab there. So what you can do with this is change the size, okay, here. So if you're changing the size, we might be able to fit them onto the maze. So I'm going to choose maybe 10. Okay, that's a bit small. So maybe my bear needs to be about inside. Go for a 15. Okay, so the bear is 15, and my cat, I'm going to get him at the start, and he's a bit big there. So make him 10. Small. Yeah, 20 of it. Okay, so a bit bigger. So I've got my cat in the maze, and I've got the bear in the maze. Okay, so that's the first step that you need to get. You need to make sure that your maze is in place. You need to make sure you've got your sprite at the start and sprite at the end. So the first block that I need to choose from this panel is when the flag is clicked. So the flag is at the top, and that starts our program. So that is the first element that I put on the page. So that we found in the events tab. So the next thing I want to do is give it some loop, okay? Because we're playing a game, so we need to be continually monitoring what's going on inside the program. So what I'm going to use for that is a forever. So it's going to go forever until I tell it to stop, but we'll give it some conditions later. So I'm putting the forever, which is a control. So now we've got the forever loop, so it's going to go around forever until I tell it to stop. I need to put inside there some kind of conditions. So the conditions, what we use is if statements. So if something happens, then it executes some code inside of that block. So now I've added my if statement, which was a control. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I can control it with the keyboard. Okay, so come down to sensing. So that allows us the sprites to sense something happening that the user is doing. So here I've got key space pressed. So I'm going to drag that into my program. Just put that in. There we go. Inside there like this. So that is going to, when I press whatever key is inside there, so at the moment it's the space bar, then it's going to execute whatever is inside of this piece of code. So this is controlling the bear. So what I want to do is control where the bear is going to move. So for that, what I'm going to do is use the motion tab. So at the top, the blue tab is the motion tab, and I'm going to make it go to a specific location. Okay. So for example, I could make it move a certain amount, a certain angle, and then I can make him take a few steps. So in the first one, what I'm going to make it do is point in a direction 90 degrees, okay, and then I'm going to make it move five steps maybe. So that's this one, and then I go to the top, move steps, and then here I can change this. Click inside, change it to 5 for the steps. So just a tip, so to save you some time, you can click on the if statement, and then I'm going to click both of my the keys on my mouse tab, and then I can duplicate this. So I can duplicate that block of code. So there, I've got the block of code, and I can, it's not picked up the if statement, so I've duplicated that. And can you see it's duplicated the if statement? So that will save you a bit of time, and I can put that underneath. Okay, so there, let me just get rid of this. So now I've been able to create another block. Okay, I need 4 of these in total to make it be able to move right, move left, move up and down. So I'm using the arrow keys here. So what I want to do is press the right arrow key for that one. Okay, the next one is going to be the left arrow key. Okay, and then this one, what I want to do, so I've got my right arrow key moving 90. I want to move my left arrow key in the opposite direction 90. So what I can do is do minus, so you see that's pointing that way. So minus 90 will be that way. Okay, and I've got the 5 steps the same as before. Okay, guys, so I've just tidied that up a little bit. There was, make sure that you've got these blocks separating, so these orange blocks separating each if statement. So what I'd like you to do now is the last step. So the last step, so I've added all these in for the different arrows. So I've got my right arrow, left arrow, up arrow, and down arrow. Now what I want to do is have a condition where I'm touching a specific color. So that's what you need to add in for the final step. So what you can do is have the, so you can go to the sensing option, which is the light blue, and have touching color. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. And then what I can do is click on this, and then there is an option here at the bottom where you can select the color. So if you click on that section, it will give you a pointer, and you can click on the color and it will come back with the color. Something's going on with my graphics at the moment, so I'm having a problem with that. But that's how you do that. And then what you'll need to do is you'll go back. So you need to go back to the start. Okay, so put that in there. And the starting position for this one, need to do is minus 150. This is starting position on our maze, and 150 on the other side. Do that on the code there. So these are the steps that you need to follow in order to complete the task. You can add extra steps to your program, so you can have different sprites. You can make sure that the sprites can say different things. So it's up to you. You can get creative with this and really make your own fun game. So I hope you enjoy it. Good luck.